Welcome to Bespoke Diaries. Today's article is on Burned Out from the Pace of Change by Tabitha Scott, Principal, International Advisor, Southern Growth Studio, United States of America. Recently, Tabitha appeared on the Life Changes show based in Los Angeles, where their conversation led to language. Actually, they discussed a lack of words in the English language to describe their collective and personal power. Literally, they are all made of energy. Quantum science proves that fact. Hints of our electrical condition abound in the ways we describe ourselves, like, she lit up the room. She feel burned out. He has been transformed. They are in sync. She had a great vibe. He became enlightened. They are disconnected, the list goes on and on. Yet, there was no word to describe our state of electrical existence, only feelings about it. There was no universal way to express what ancient gurus, modern physicists, and religions have tried to define about our connection to source and use of its power. There was no word to simplify our dramatic differences into one shared power source pulsing through all living things. Upon reaching burnout herself a few years ago, she spent months in isolation far from home in rural Central America. What she learned there transformed her and led her to dub the word Energist to identify the shared heritage of all humans and living things. It was inspiring to realize we have much more in common than we do differences. Tabitha hopes her story will help us recharge our life and ignite our power, as well. As she writes this, the jungle that is our world and its technologies is endlessly and exponentially evolving. It feels like running a race with no finish line, yet to compete, you must keep getting faster. With COVID-19 and climate change, the world we inhabit is not only changing fast, but it morphed into an entirely new and uncharted terrain, unrecognizable, even. Economic conditions are spiraling out of control for those who can least afford it, and we're witnessing fear, apprehension, and death on a scale most of us have never seen. The streets are shaken with protesters alongside pedestrians, as injustice, opposing political views, and harmful bias fuel uncertainty even further. Even before the virus infected our bodies and minds, and before nature's raging storms and fires manifested into what we can only hope is the final fervent crescendo in Barilla's symphony fantastique, the internet's Wild West rules, anonymity for all, constant barrage of ads, and the 24-hour emails and news cycles polarized, alienated, and reshaped the ways we think and interact. There are so many inputs to filter, so many life changes to interpret, and so little time to react. The pace of change itself continues to multiply, feeding an addiction to our mobile devices, tablets, and screens just so we can feel like we're keeping up or at least feeling connected. As a global renewable energy executive and a Southern mom, she had run with and from the frenetic pace herself. During her most stressful years, she ran both literally and figuratively, completing 6 marathons and dozens of half marathons in 18 months while also fleeing from the burnout behind her. She fled from the confines of social judgment, incurable family illnesses, a job that felt empty, a failed marriage, and a political landscape to which she could no longer relate. That's what athletes, perfectionists, and proper businesswomen did. We sucked it up. And never let them see us sweat. God forbid she would have allowed someone to see she was struggling. Life at that point felt like she was running a marathon, and upon reaching its end, the finish line was moved further away. Just a little farther, she would think. Hang in there. At some point she wondered, where the hell is there, that proverbial finish line? And does anyone ever actually arrive? She was shouldering all over herself. She should be the perfect mom, she should be a powerful leader, she should be more attractive, she should be able to find a cure for her son's disorder, but there was no triumphant finish to this race. Her life had become like a fake smile in a selfie. Everyone could see her beaming in the post, but the joy inside had grown tired. How had she gotten there, and where was she supposed to go next? She fled the busyness of the city and lived for nearly 3 months near the Costa Rican jungle, with no daily phone service, television, radio, or other means of connectivity. So many questions were running through her mind. How do we find and maintain peace and happiness amidst the encircling storm of uncertainty? Is it possible to connect directly to the spirit realm to recharge without being some sort of guru? Where is that spark, that joy she had as a kid, and can it set her free from the pressures of the modern world to feel happy again? What she learned while balancing at the edge of a fast-forward civilization was that no matter how far or how fast she ran, the feeling of true freedom from burnout, stress, and anxiety was achieved most quickly by selecting pause. She discovered how to reconnect to that innate source of life-giving energy, that deep-seated wisdom within, and she listened to it. Tabitha found a way to identify and shed the harmful pressures we put on ourselves. And she uncovered how to stop running from the burnout that comes from trying to keep pace with ever-changing opinions, uncontrollable forces, 24/7 technology, and social judgment. From deep within the Costa Rican jungle, her own intuition emerged. And something in her tuned into that carefree kid again with unbridled, authentic joy. Some call it a still, small voice, but to her it was like reconnecting directly with the higher spirit using her own personal radio station, while at the same time, shedding her worries. What did freedom from worry feel like? It is an endless fountain of happy belly energy. It's the kind of energy we feel before blowing out the candles on a birthday cake, the excitement of hanging out with that friend who makes us laugh so hard we lose track of time, and the ever-present joy of connectedness that comes naturally from within us. We all have the power to create or destroy that feeling at any time, to hold close to or let go of negativity, and to believe in or break down ourselves and others. Regardless of which jungle we are in, it can be frightening, rejecting, and isolating, and, at the same time, alluring, adventurous, and fascinating. We are each born into different geographies, traditions, and beliefs that shape our paradigms and impact our lives. Our outward appearances, our education, and our talents are all unique. We strive, discover, compete, and seek, joining with or dividing ourselves from others along the way. We look outward, taking cues from society about how we should look, what roles to adopt, and how we should define success. But what if she told you there is no difference between us? The things that outwardly divide us disappear when we look inward, because we're all made of the exact same energy. The same energy that formed the universe, that is the source of all major world religions, and that flows freely and abundantly through each of us. We each grow into different beliefs, paradigms, and levels of success, but we are all born as energists made of the same divine, perfect, and renewable resource. At their core, most religious beliefs portray an inspired representation of how to interact with and exchange the boundless energy of the universe. Surely, society has long lost sight of that purpose, to love our brothers and our enemies as we do ourselves and the people most like us. Yet, Tabitha wondered in the jungle what common beliefs could unite us and how we could leverage that shared energy to foster connection, as if to piece together a comforting quilt crafted from the boldest colors of our true diversity, and not only our physical diversity, but also our incredible strengths, talents, and personalities that we each bring to the table. She learned that there was no need to keep running, we are already sitting at the feast. It doesn't take a trip to the jungle to reconnect to joy. It doesn't matter if you're left or right, black or white, Baptist or Buddhist, we are all energists. Upon embracing this truth, that energy itself is the lifeblood of all living things, and therefore we can tap into it to reconnect at any time, from anywhere, and without cost, her life was transformed. Tabitha wants us to know with absolute certainty that your life, too, is rich with power beyond your wildest dreams. It's time to reconnect, recharge your life, and ignite your personal power. She can't wait to see what happens next. Thank you for your time. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Do leave your thoughts in the comments section below. For similar type of article, please reach us at contact@thebespokediaries.com, or you can visit our website www.thebespokediaries.com.